Boom, bam, bam. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Markel MacDonald, and we're here with another banger. We're here with another informative video. And the topic of discussion today, guys, is 5 ways to maintain power in your relationship. Guys, this video is essential for those of you that are in relationships. This video is essential for those of you that want to stay relevant within your relationships. All right, let's dive into it. When we talk about power, guys, what exactly am I saying? When I talk about power, guys, what I mean is respect. That's rarely what power is in a relationship, is to have respect. Look at you with some level of admiration, right? Now, when respect, or should we say power, disappears, this is when the dysfunctionality starts to occur within relationships. The disrespect, the disregard for, your feelings, constant breaking of boundaries, and even possibly cheating. So guys, let's break down on the 5 things you want to maintain in your relationship or establish to keep power. Number 1 is set your boundaries and keep to them. Guys, I don't think you understand how important this is in having a healthy relationship. No relationship can truly thrive if boundaries on both sides are not set. What are boundaries? Boundaries are no-go zones for yourself. If somebody isn't happy with your no-go zones, then you should let them go. Boundaries can differ between person to person, right? So you really have to sit down and reflect to yourself, what are some conditions that I would really be unhappy with if my partner indulged in? What are some things my partner can do or say that would really put distaste in my mouth? And then you need to articulate that to your partner. Straight up, just articulate it. This is what I don't want in this relationship. And if you do it, then these are going to be the consequences. And if they cross those lines, guys, keep to those consequences. Because once you allow your partner to break a boundary and you do not reinforce that boundary, then you're basically open prey. They're just going to break, because at that point, they don't take you seriously. And it's just that real, You see guys getting violated in public regularly. And girls, you see people being disrespectful to people's parents, their partner's parents. You see people gambling away the relationship savings or making bad financial decisions, and they just get away with it, either because their partner did not establish that boundary, or they did establish that boundary, but they did not enforce it when it first happened. So it just becomes an ongoing cycle. And the good thing, guys, before I move on with establishing boundaries, is that you're showing this person that they're not beyond the law. What do I mean by that? I don't care how pretty you are, how successful you are. If you do these things, there will be consequences. That may be me leaving you. That may be me taking a break from you, or that may be me taking away some of the privileges that I give you. Number 2, have friends and hobbies. See, the problem is, guys, some of you are around your partner 24/7. And the problem with this is that, they say absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's real. Sometimes being absent from your partner, allow your partner to miss you, man. Some of you just want to be hip to hip with your partner 24/7. And sometimes, guys, being around someone constantly can develop some type of resentment in the relationship, because naturally human beings want their own space to breathe, to have their own thoughts, to indulge in their own secret habits, to be fair. If we're to be real, you know, when you're alone in the house, sometimes there's things you may do you might not do if your partner's there, right? And anything that is easily accessible, anything that is always readily there, is human nature that we don't appreciate it as much. So to keep that appreciation in your relationship, learn to be absent. Learn to have friends. Learn to have hobbies, things that you sometimes put over your relationship in some instances. Because this will help your partner build appreciation for you. And it will also show that you're someone that has stuff going on outside of them. So they don't feel like they are the be all and end all. You know what I'm trying to say, guys? All right, let's move on. 3, stop losing your temper in arguments. See, guys, this is something that I used to do all the time. Lose my temper. So, guys, let me break something down, right? A situation will happen. Maybe my missus was saying do something that I didn't agree with, right? And I'll pull her up on it, right? And maybe she's giving me some pushback. And it's so obvious that I'm in the right, and I'll end up losing my temper and just saying something out of order, right? Like, oh, do you know what? F you. And I'll just jump up and walk out the room, right? Now, what I've come to realize, guys, is that when you lose your temper, when you say something out of line, you're handing the power over to the person on the other side. You're allowing them to change the narrative to victim. And I've seen this happen many times within my own relationship. Keep a cool head. Only say things out of your mouth that you mean and you are willing to sustain. Stop saying things out of the whim. Oh, you know, this is dead. I didn't want to be with you. And you know you don't mean it. Because then what's going to happen now is you're going to go back on it. You look dumb. The power's lost. You have to go crawling back to your partner. Oh, I'm sorry. And the whole power dynamic's taken out of your hands. When you are having a disagreement with your partner, guys, if you feel yourself losing it, and I can learn from this still, walk away. Go and lay in the room. Go for a walk. Do whatever you need to do to stay level-headed. Do not hand over your power, especially when you're in the right. Because I'm telling you guys, if you flip out, if you lose your wig, that's it. The power's gone. Number 4. Boy, this one's important, guys. What's number 4? Don't beg your partner to stay with you. Never beg your partner to stay with you. And even though my relationship worked out to some degree, this is a lesson that I had to learn the hard way, if I'm to be honest, in the early years of my relationship. So for those of you that don't know, I've been with my partner 16 years and I've made a lot of mistakes. She's made a lot of mistakes, but both of us have developed and become a lot better. And you know, we know how to deal with each other a lot better. But one of the mistakes I made in the early years was that, you know, I loved this girl so much. And when we had a real big mashup and she decided she wanted to leave, you know, I would basically beg her to stay. You know, I would make promises. You know, I would give up all my rights, you know, to reestablish that relationship because I loved her. And even though I still love this woman to this day, and she's the mother of my 2 children, if I could go back in time, I wouldn't have begged. And I strongly believe we would have probably still ended up here right now. I would have made her decision. I would have respected it, and I would have moved on. Now, that doesn't mean you can't double back later on and maybe reconcile. But what I'm trying to say, guys, is don't lose self-respect. Because a lot of the times, guys, when you beg to stay with somebody, what ends up happening is that you end up giving up a lot of your rights in the relationship in order to appease the person to come back. You almost want to present the best return package for them possible. And then what ends up happening is that you make all kind of unrealistic promises to win them over, to make them realize that, look, being with you, they're getting a good deal. And in no relationship, guys, should you ever have to beg someone to stay with you. The moment someone wants to exit, the moment someone doesn't see value in staying with you, you leave. Or should I say, you allow them to leave. And I guarantee you guys, when you do that, that person will have more respect for you. And see, the way I see it, guys, it goes 2 ways, right? If they generally want to leave and you do that, you maintain self-respect and you've allowed them to go, right? Because they generally wanted to leave, they wouldn't have come back anyway, even if you begged or groveled. And if they don't want to leave, but they're just saying it to get a reaction out of you, you remaining level-headed, allowing them to leave, not begging, not giving up your self-respect, not giving up your dignity, right? That will make them double back. I almost guarantee they'll double back. Because at that point, they realize that you're a person that has value and you're a person that knows you have value. So at the end of the day, guys, you know, the way I see it is that if they leave or if they stay, is a win-win for you. If they leave, they didn't want to be with you. If they stay, then they're coming back to a person that maintained their dignity and maintained their image. As simple as, you know what I'm trying to say? All right. So number 5, which to this day I'm still working on, but I've seen how effective it is. Number 5 is, guys, stay in shape, stay attractive. Guys, the heaviest I've ever been is 131 kg. Now, bear in mind, guys, I am 6'6". So 131 kg doesn't look as bad on me as it does other people. I acknowledge that. But at the same time, guys, when I backed those clothes off, guys, it weren't looking pretty. I'm currently down to about 112 at the moment. I'm a lot lighter now, guys. I look a lot better. My stomach ain't as big. My chest is reduced, things like that. I've got a long way to go, but guess what? As soon as I dropped that weight, guys, the sex improved. The respect improved. Because, guys, I'm going to say a reality that you may like or you may not like, but I don't really care because there's reality. And that is that your partner wants someone that's attractive. Your partner wants someone that is desired in other areas of society. Your partner wants someone that looks good. Your partner wants someone that looks like they are someone of value. Right? Now that looks different for different people. But at the same time, guys, I think most human beings want an attractive partner. And a lot of people, they think that attractiveness just comes down to genetics or good looks. You could be someone who's, you haven't got a symmetrical face, you're not that scientifically attractive, but because you groom yourself, you moisturize your skin, you wear, clothes that fit you, you look after your body, you'll be very surprised. You could be someone that's maybe ranked a 4, and just through your grooming and exercise practices, you could easily jump to a 6 or 7. So please don't think that because you're not a super attractive person, right, that this doesn't apply to you. This applies to everybody. And a lot of the times, guys, us men and women, we get into relationships and, we lose our self-respect. We start to overeat. We get out of shape. We get comfortable. We don't cut our hair no more. We don't cut our beards, trim our beard. Well, I'm Muslim. I don't really believe you should trim your beard. Guys, believe it or not, this is as much as I can get, but I'm trying to get more, but I don't really believe in cutting your beard, but you know what I'm trying to say. We don't uphold grooming practices. And that's the quickest way for attraction to be lost in a relationship. That's why a lot of these guys and girls, I don't think women face this problem as much, because guys pretty much will lay down with most, like if their woman is a bit overweight or underweight or whatever, they'll pretty much lay down with her, if I'm to be real, most men. But especially from the male side, a lot of the time, the reason that we're not getting sex is because we just lost it. We've lost the ball. Do I believe that a partner should refuse you sex because you put on weight? No, I believe that, if you're in a relationship, satisfying the needs of your partner, even if they've let go of themselves, should be something that's top of the list. But at the same time, I have to bring it back to realism. People just get put off by their partners sometimes. And, it's a reality. Guys, that's my 5 advices for maintaining power in your relationship. Let me know what you think. Have you got more? I mean, I've got many more, but I think those 5 are the most critical to keeping a healthy power dynamic in your relationship. So guys, this is a new channel. Please support your boy, man. Comment down below, guys. Share, subscribe. And I'll see you on the next video. I'm out. Peace.